Some of the challenges that are faced by bisexual people in terms of representation, I think there are just too many. I identify as a bisexual and I have faced so many challenges just to be accepted in the community that I'm bisexual. People have got assumptions of who you are or what you are just by identifying as a bisexual. Like you're confused, you don't know what you want, and you don't belong in this community. You should belong maybe in the heterosexual. Even when you want to access health services, people will just look at you and think you're confused, you really don't know what you want. And especially if you have children, it is not easy to be a part of the LGBTI community, because people will just look at you and think you've had dick, and what are you really doing here? You are confused. You should just be with men. And people sometimes assume Kuti, you are always dating two people at the same time, a man and a woman, which is not always the case. So representation is not easy because of those gray areas where people do not understand what a bisexual or being bisexual, what being bisexual means. And most people do not want to identify or be known as bisexual because of those assumptions and reasons and labels that you are then given. So the representation, I would say it's very little. There's very little still being done. And yet when you are bisexual, you face a lot of challenges, even violence, in the heterosexual world, in both, also in the LGBTI community. So sometimes you don't even know what to tell or who to talk to about it. So yeah, sometimes it even affects your mental health, and you end up sometimes even making some decisions of your life that you don't want, but you just want to make that decision because of just to make other people happy. And when you have children, people will say, what can stop you from being with men again? You cannot have a proper or a long-time relationship with a woman because you've been with men, so you would probably think of going back to men. So you can never have a lasting relationship. It's either you end up being cheated on, and people will use that as against you, that you are bisexual and I don't trust you. You can just end up dumping me and going back to the man, or even if you are with me, probably you are still seeing your baby daddy and things like that. So there are a lot of challenges I can talk about. A change that I would wish to see is having bisexual identifying persons being accepted both in the LGBTI community and also in outside communities as an identity, and not as a thing you are confused, you don't know what you want. Because as a person, you know what you want, and you know how you want to live your life. And people should just let bisexual people make their choices and accept people with their choices. And for example, if I choose to get married to a man, it doesn't mean I don't belong anymore into the community. I still belong. I still want to be a part of the community, of the LGBTI community. If I decide to get married to a woman, the same thing, they should accept me as I am. They should accept my family and if I have children, they should accept that I have children. That came out of my being identified as bisexual. It is very important that we are represented health-wise. Issues to do with gender-based violence, the challenges that we are facing, even in the intimate partner relationships that comes with being bisexual, where most of the things is just being based on assumption of people.